Hey, it's Kim. Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be doing a flip of all of my October 2022 pages. I kind of noticed that I do have a little bit of a flow or a little bit of a pattern, let's say. So I did not do an October plan with me, but I will do an October flip. I did do a November plan with me, so check that out if you already haven't, but I will not do a November flip. Then I'll probably do a December flip, but not a December plan with me. Do you get where I'm going? So I've been doing this for the past couple of months. Seems to be working for me. And it's primarily because I'm the type of person who likes not only to see how people set up their planners, but I actually want to see how they're being used. So I do find great joy in both the plan with me's, but also seeing the finished pages. So that's what we're doing today. And like I said, I'll be taking you through all of my finished pages for the month of October 2022. So this is the front of my planner and everything has been the same since January. I was actually thinking I may do a bit of sprucing it up for the holidays. We'll see. It's currently November 1st, so basically we know that to mean it's Christmas, or at least since Halloween is over, we are now into the holiday spirit. So that's where we are today. I've already changed out my November mini calendar here, and I'm just ready. I can't believe that October is over already, but at the same time, I'm kind of ready to move on. So let me adjust the lighting just a bit to see. Yeah, tone it down just a little bit. So here is my calendar, the monthly calendar for October. And as you may notice, since I'm using a cut down Hobonichi Cousin, it gets really thick and it kind of gets this hump in the middle. I'm not sure if you've never quite experienced it. I'm not sure if you can understand what I'm saying, but it's this hump here. And it causes, or it may cause, people a little bit of annoyance or discomfort, especially when you're trying to write on that area. But I don't have a problem with it, and I don't foresee this being a problem, you know, before the end of the year. These are my last couple of pages that I'll be writing on, you know, on this side anyway. But I just thought I'd mention it. So here is my October monthly calendar. It's pretty basic, I would say. It's not simple by any means because I have all of the deco. This is mostly from the Sterling Ink subscription kit, and I do have a bit of washi thrown in. I have no idea where the washi is from. I have some birthdays marked, some events. This was the week that we were in the Bahamas, so I kind of, you know, marked that off knowing that we would be away. I added a few notes of events and also a few things that happened after the fact. So for instance, I picked up my car on this day from the dealership. Well, it's not a new car, it was getting fixed. So I picked up my car that day. I wanted to note it because I like to note like when I took the car to the dealership, so forth and so on. So that's pretty much it. This day we had to call a plumber in. I just like to make notes of these things because there are instances where I want to reflect back and I want to say, well, when did the plumber come? You know, so I'll flip through my monthlies to find out exactly when that happened. So the monthly is pretty straightforward. And then to show you my October weeklies. So October 1st was on a Saturday here, and there isn't much to show. I feel like this might be in a different video. This is the last full week of September, but I'll show you the first full week of October, and there you have it. We, like I said, we were away on vacation, so I didn't even plan anything. I didn't waste a sticker. I didn't do any of that. I may letter in Bahamas on this just in case, like if I'm looking back on it. I probably won't now that I'm saying that, but this was the first full week of October. Like I said, I didn't even waste the sticker. There was no need. So then this was my first full week of October when, you know, back to reality, back to real life, and all that stuff like school and work and everything of the sort. So Here you can see I have been filling in my weeklies a lot more, and I mentioned this in a previous video, but there was a time primarily back in the summer where I didn't do a lot of filling in, especially in this timetable area, but now I'm more in the habit of doing that, as you'll see in the coming weeks. So we have my daily priorities up at the top. We have my workouts for the day up at the top as well. And then this is my timetable. So any timed appointments between the hours, usually of like 9 to 6 p.m., I'll put them in here. If there are things that happen before or after, so before 9 a.m. or after 6 p.m., I'll still put them in the timetable area. I'll just make a note of the actual time. So I'm not always going by the specific hours that are here in the weekly vertical of the cousin. But I just know that this is where I look for appointments and stuff throughout the week. And then this area here are the dinners that we have. And I like to keep track of what we're having so that we don't repeat things too much. Or I just want to see the last time we had lasagna or something like that. And then here at the bottom is usually my list. And I don't always include a lot of lists down at the bottom. Like there was a time I might have had a list in each column, but that gets to be a little bit too much. So lately I've been doing tasks. So things that aren't day specific that I'd like to get done during the week. And then cleaning. So areas that I'd like to focus on for cleaning for the week. This one is clearly empty. And then I have my Bible reading plan over here. I'm reading the Bible chronologically throughout the year. So I like to check off which readings I've done. And you know, just to try and stay on schedule with that. So that's why I have that marked on my weekly layouts. Again, I'm using some stickers from the monthly, the October monthly Sterling ink kit, along with some additional washi. And here we get into the next week. Looks pretty much the same or similar. The colors just vary a little bit. Same stickers, different washi, and I'll pull out different Tombow markers. They're usually Tombow markers. Sometimes I will use zebra mild liners as well. So it's pretty much the same thing. My timetable, priorities for each day, and then my list. So down here for this week, I did add an errands list because I knew I'd be leaving the house. There are some weeks where, not that I'm in the house all week, but I don't plan to go out to take care of errands if I don't have to. Like, I'm not planning to go to the post office. I'm not planning to go to Target. But we all know that, you know, Target trips happen just magically anyway. But I will put down some, or a list of errands when I'm pretty sure I'm leaving out of the house to do 5 or 6 different things that I need to do out of the house. And then here's the last full week of October. Again, the Sterling Ink October kit. And this is my timetable. I filled in a lot more with the brown Tombow marker that I was using. And I, again, have the tasks, cleaning, and the errands as my list down here at the bottom. And that's about it. And you'll see, like, on Monday, I didn't write anything in the timetable at all. And for me, that's perfectly fine. Also, I didn't make the line down the middle between this last column. I'll usually do that to separate Saturday from Sunday. So I did not do that here. I didn't feel like I needed to. I just left it as it is. And then this is the current week. So this is, oh, like I said, we're on the 1st, and this was the 31st. So nothing really to show for that day. But we'll get into the collection pages for October, and I have my little tabs up here showing me where each month starts. So over on the left is my tracker. I was a little bit better with my tracker. I did not track sleep hours. But I did do well up here and tracking my energy levels down here. Let me make sure we are in the frame. So that is my monthly tracker, and I'll go and I'll visit this every day, or at least try to, just about every day. And then here's my one line a day, which I realized I did not fill in for the 30th or the 31st. So I'll need to go back and do that. But as you can see, like, this was the week that we were away. This was the week that we were away. I'm not that type of person that I need to go back and fill in things when I wasn't with my planner. It's okay. I took a break. I took a week break from my planner, and that's perfectly fine. And then over here is my October task list. A few things did get done, only a couple of things, and then other items I kind of was able to touch them. I didn't complete them, but I did start on them. So I just put a little slash for those. I'm thinking I'm going to try something new for the month of November. I haven't decided exactly what it's going to look like, but I'm going to trial this for November and December because I do feel like this section or this area of my planner needs a bit of a makeover. This is not working for me in a very productive way. I did have an inbox in my companion planner, and I do have a video on that if you want to check it out on my channel. But I had an inbox where I would put these tasks and then I would categorize them, and then each month I would decide which task I'm going to focus on for the month, and that kind of stopped working for me. And I don't know why. I guess I need to think more about it, more about why I didn't want to do that or why it just wasn't working for me, and adjust from there. So there are a few things that I'm working on, a few things I've thought through that I'm going to trial for November and December. And I'm thinking I'll need to add an additional page to my monthly collection pages. As it stands, I have this 1, 2, 3 pages. So I'll probably add a 4th in some way. I think I'll add a 4th related to goals, and then this task list will be something completely different. I'm toying with the getting things done system, maybe some kind of inbox system. I'll figure it out. The reason why I sway a little bit from the getting things done system is because I would not want to transcribe the list every single month. So there are things that you just put on here, like kind of like a brain dump, and then, well, the same way I was using my inbox system. So kind of like a brain dump of tasks. Then you categorize the tasks, and then you might migrate them to a different list depending on how you've categorized them. I will not want to do that every single month. So that won't work. So I'm thinking it through, and I'll figure it out. If anyone has any ideas on what type of inbox I could add, or I'm not even sure what I'm asking, so you may not know what to suggest. But anyway, I'll figure out what's going on here, and I'll be sure to update you in a future video. So at the beginning of October, I realized that I actually do have, or will have, quite a few notes pages left even after I do November and December. Like even after I do a full day per page for both like November and December, I'll have something like this many pages left. It may be hard to conceptualize that, but I'll have, you know, a decent amount of pages left. So I will not run out of pages. I feel like that's everyone who uses a bound book. That's one of our worst fears. So I'm very confident that I will not run out of pages. So that made me a little more excited. And I challenged myself to start using 1 day per page. So as you can see, I didn't do that here. There's 2 days on this page. But as the month went on, I did start to do that, as you'll see coming up. Here, there's 4 days on these pages. Oh, this is the week we were away. I'm like, why does it go Monday, Sunday, Monday? Okay, so that's that. And then here we are. Excuse me. So here we are. Here's where I started trying to do the 1 day per page. And in that, let me see, is this too bright? A little bit better. Okay, so here's where I started to do the 1 day per page, and in that I was doing a lot more of my micro journaling, not in a way as I say, oh, I need to do some morning journaling, then some afternoon, and then some evening journaling. Not necessarily. I have done it that way in the past, but just whenever I feel like sitting down to write something, I'll just write whatever I'm thinking about, whatever's on my mind. And then this is the swatch page that I did for planning November. So the November plan with me, when I was trying to decide which washies and which Tombos to use in those spreads. That's what I did here. Oh, and also I should note that this is the blank page in the Hobonichi. I'm not sure if you're aware, but before every month, there's a blank page, so it doesn't have the grid. So I don't typically like writing on it because my print or my handwriting will probably be, you know, all skewed and crooked. So I use this to plot out the swatch page, and I'll do that normally. I'll use this blank page for something where I'm not writing in straight lines, or I don't need to write in straight lines. So then here's another example of a day on one page. And a lot of times when I know I am busy, or I know that there's just going to be a lot going on, I need to kind of figure out where everything is going to fit, I'll use a timetable. So that's what I did over on the right hand side, and then the left hand side still stuck to my tasks, appointments, and a little bit of journaling. Over on the right, I put the entire weekend on one page, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all on one page, just because I knew I wasn't going to be in my planner too much for the weekend anyway. And then here's the review that I did for that week. And I'll normally do this, and this is another area that I want to tweak going forward. So I have accomplishments, challenges, goal progress, favorite moment, and a summary. Now, while I do like all of this, I almost feel like some of my reviews need to be focused on my goals a little bit more. But also at the same time, what I have done since 2021, I kind of abandoned my monthly review, and that is a place that I would normally go through and specify, you know, some of my goals and the tasks related to those, and kind of summarize where I felt like things were fitting or how I was doing. That's another thing I was thinking of adding in this collection area, almost to come back and do a monthly summary. So we'll see how that all plays out. And then this was the following Monday after that weekend. My timetable again is over on the right. Mondays are usually pretty busy for me, so I knew that I was going to have no problem filling up the whole page. I knew that I would definitely need a timetable. So I did the same thing, my tasks and appointments on the left, and then a little bit of journaling as well to round out the day. And then we got 2 pages, 2 days per page over here. A little bit of added notes and some journaling. And then this weekend, I don't think I picked up my planner hardly at all, so I condensed the review, the same topics, but I just put them over here on this smaller side. And then over on the right is where I was kind of thinking through my system, my planner system for 2023. So I just wrote out all of the planners that I do use, and then a list of how I use them. So for instance, I have my standard 10. It's for daily planning, order tracking, notes, habit tracking, task lists. And then I have optional down here. I do like to use, so this is a traveler's notebook. So we have the elastics that would go in here, so I can add additional inserts. I haven't been lately. There was like a little reference notebook I had in here. But normally I just am using this book slid into the full height slip pocket, and that has been working just fine for me. But occasionally I may want to add a slim insert in here. So an optional insert that I thought about would be to bring back my reference notebook, to put it back in here. I have some thoughts about how I'm redoing my reference notebook, but also a getting things done insert. So instead of using each page or a page in the monthly collection pages, and like I said, then I'd have to like migrate it every single month, I could just have one insert that's dedicated to all of those lists and categorizing all of the tasks. So that is a thought. I'm still thinking through it. So I just kind of wrote out the purposes or the plans for each of the items in my system. That's what I did here. And now that I'm looking at it, I missed one. So I'll have to go back and add it. So then I think from this point forward, I am using a day per page for every single day. So I just lettered in a few things. I have some lists here. This is actually my list of fountain pens. It has changed since my fountain pen collection video. Of course, I haven't gotten rid of any pens. I've just added pens. But I was thinking I may do an updated video just to show what I've acquired since that video. That may or may not be coming, we'll see. Over on the right, I did another page with a timeline to help me figure out where different things are fitting. And a lot of times I will highlight when I'm taking a break, or that's actually my meals. So I'll highlight that and then decide what fits in and around those break times. It's a different way to kind of time block my day. And then again, a day per page here. And this section, I think I was just over it. And I wasn't going to force it. I wasn't going to force any additional journaling. My father visited this day. We had dinner. So it wasn't even really in my planner much after the workday was over. And that is fine. Just left that blank spot. For a little while, there was a sticky note living here. So that's why that was there as well. That's why that blank space was there. So over here, we have Friday on one page, and then Saturday and Sunday on the same page. And that is what I'll typically do, because on a Saturday and a Sunday, I will not be journaling a whole lot, and I won't be in my planner a whole lot. So I will stack Saturday and Sunday on the same day. I did a little testing of a new ink there. And then my week 43 review. And then, oh yeah, that was 42. Okay, I thought my numbers were off. Okay, and my week 43 review. And then yesterday was October the 31st. It was Halloween. I did a little bit of doodling to commemorate Halloween. No, I don't normally doodle, but just added this in there. And I have my tasks. A little bit of journaling, not a whole lot, because there was a migraine that was trying to start. So I wasn't really doing a lot in my planner yesterday. And then here we are to November. So those are all the daily pages that I have for the month of October. I think it's pretty straightforward. The way that I've been using my planning system and how it's been working for my life, I still can say that I absolutely love it. So I do hope that you found something helpful in seeing me flip through all of the pages. Maybe a different way to categorize your days, maybe a different way to organize your time. I don't know, but I do hope that you found something helpful, and I do sincerely thank you for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you already haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.